school, hard work, effort, testing, exams, no sleep.
Would you call yourself a freshman, Slayer?
Definitely. That's definitely my cup of tea.
What runs through your mind when you hear the words AP Euro?
I think that it's going to be like the next level of world history. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult.
Hardest class, like the most work out of all the classes in school.
I think it sounds hard.
It's really hard.
Sounds pretty scary, to be honest.
Really hard class, and basically it's just a real hard class.
Sounds like work.
It's like the hardest class in the school, but it sounds like you learn the most out of every class.
So, what do you think of when you see this book?
It looks pretty difficult. It looks like a decent book. AP is advanced, so it's gonna be pretty difficult, I think.
Kind of looks like the combination of the standard textbook and my Dune.
It looks tough because there's a lot of pages in there. It's a big book.
More work.
It's later than I thought it would be.
So, what have you heard about the teacher, Mr. Naisbitt?
I don't really know who he is. I mean, I've heard the name, but he's a teacher, I think.
Don't know who he is.
I am not familiar with him.
He's kind of strict.
Heard of him. I heard he's nice. One person told me he was tough, but that's not fair.
Hinsdale Central High School in Hinsdale, John Naisbitt.
He has this childlike energy and enthusiasm, this sense of fun and adventure that make him just an absolute pleasure and joy to be around.
They say that he has the intellect of a professor and the energy of a teenager.
He knows how the teenage mind works. He knows what young people are interested in. He understands what makes them tick.
The rewards are the love that you get from the students. They show you in their smile and their attitude, and I couldn't possibly imagine doing something besides this.
I'm here tonight because of my amazing students and the work they do inside and outside the classroom. Daniel Burnham said, "Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood. Make big plans. Aim high in hope and work." Recently, on my way to school, I heard that 3 million African children a year die from malaria carried by mosquitoes, but a $10 net could protect them. I asked my students, what can we do about this? One student suggested we hold a basketball tournament. A month ago, that tournament raised $6,000. That's 600 nets, 600 lives. Isn't it amazing what kids can do when we aim high and dream big? Thank you very much.
So, I'm under the impression that you had Mr. Freiler as your teacher. What did you think about that?
I really like Mr. Freiler. I think he's one of my favorite. Oh, actually, I would prefer to have Naisbitt.
What runs through your mind when you hear the words AP Euro?
No social life.
Whoa. Okay. When you see this book, what runs through your mind? You can leave through it.
So much pressure. I don't know what to say. I don't know, this book was like my Bible this year.
Alright.
AP tests, studying.
When you hear the words Mr. Naisbitt, what do you think?
YouTube videos. Lots of them.
Alright, in a battle between Mr. Naisbitt and Mr. Freiler, who would win?
Freiler.
And why? Why?
Because I don't know. I don't want to say. I don't know.
Okay.
So, a polar bear walks into a bar and says, "I'll have a scotch on the rocks." The bartender, he pours up the scotch, all nice, and says, "Wait, why the big pause?" And the polar bear responds with, "I don't know. I've always had them. So, what were your experiences like in AP Girl?
It was fun. I had a first period, so it was kind of like no one wants to do anything first period. But I got a 5.
Oh, that's good. In a fight between Mr. Freiler and Mr. Naisbitt, Mr. Naisbitt has a knife though. Who would win?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah. We're still working on that in our class.
I feel like I don't know. Mr. Naisbitt has really good poker face.
So, what do you think of having Mr. Naisbitt as a teacher?
Well, I thought it was a good experience. He was a very fun guy. He made class a lot of fun. And I thought it was a fun thing to do, having Mr. Naisbitt, you know. I've heard things that, you know, Mr. Freiler just not as good as Mr. Naisbitt, so I'm happy to have Mr. Naisbitt.
Alright, thanks. So, how does Mr. Naisbitt treat you in class?
He's really nice, but he puts me on the spot sometimes. He'll do that. I don't know.
Yeah. What's he like as a teacher?
I think he's a pretty good teacher. He lets us be independent and it like encourages us to like pursue our interests and stuff.
Okay, yeah. What's your favorite joke?
WNBA.